CEO of Gulf Shores Orange Beach Tourism. Hey Ed Rock, man, we miss you. At the same time, we know you're always here. You're always in spirit with anywhere chamber members gather, anytime and any place. Love you, man.
I'm Kevin Corcoran with Remax of Gulf Shores, and I was the 2013 chairman of the Coastal Alabama Business Chamber. I met Ed through the interview process. First met Ed on paper and said, this guy can't be for real. And then in the interview process, we found out that he was not only what he had on paper in his resume, but much more. Stood out of 140 plus candidates. It was a clear choice who was the best person to lead our chamber, and boy, were we right. Ed was full of life. He sat there. I can see him now when everybody else sat prim and proper. Ed sat there and he used his hands and he spoke, and everybody graded Ed perfectly except for me, because he went over time. Shocker. He went over time with his assignment because he was full of enthusiasm and his ideas and that Ed talking motion with his hands. This is what you need to do and this is how you do it. And everybody was just blown away by Ed Rodriguez, and that enthusiasm never stopped.
I'm Jerry Johnson, and I serve on the City Council for the City of Orange Beach. We met shortly after Ed came to the Alabama Gulf Coast, and shortly after he came to me and said, what can the chamber do for the City of Orange Beach? And I challenged him. I said, Ed, if you can make Mayor Tony Kennan happy with the chamber, then you deserve a Man of the Year award. He laughed, and he said, I will meet with him. So shortly after the meeting, I met with Tony, and I said, what do you think about Ed? And he said, I like him.
We, Joe Hood, JoJo McCarron, and myself met with Ed at Tacky Jack's in Gulf Shores for breakfast to offer him the position. And we were offering him a lot less than his salary expectations were that he had put on paper. And we said, Ed, we really want you, but we can't afford you. But we promised within 90 days we'll have a review. And if you're the person we think you are, we'll be able to get you additional salary in 90 days. And Ed agreed and signed up and moved to Gulf Shores. 90 days later, I sat with him and I said, Ed, you're everything we expected and more. Let's talk about a salary increase. And he said, let's not. Let's wait a year. Let's wait until I've proven myself, and in my annual review, we'll discuss salary at that point. But let's just roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Okay. His brother Joe described him the best. If Eddie did not need food or housing, he would have worked for free.
Steve McMillan. I'm in the Alabama House of Representatives and represent the southern part of Malone County. No doubt about it, he was the right person in the right place at the right time, and I don't think anybody could have done what he did and the way he did it and as quickly as he did it. He was just an outstanding man. Whoever made the choice. There are a lot of people now claiming credit for hiring him, so I think that's interesting, and that says a lot about him.
Ed had some great ideas, and Ed already knew how things needed to go a lot of times, but he let us develop in our naivety. He would let us find the answers on our own, even though he already knew them. Like a master chef who watched you make a recipe and said, do I need eggs in this cake? Ed's thinking, of course you need eggs in the cake, but he would let you discover it so that you could evolve. And Ed never took credit for himself. You'd sit in a meeting and he'd say, Chairman Kevin Corcoran just did this, and I'd be, I did? Oh yeah, I did that. Ed always gave credit wherever it was. He always pushed everybody else to the forefront.
Never met a stranger, very outgoing, but would always, I guess one thing is I described him as a spark plug, and I've thought about that several times because a spark plug is what the engine has to have to go, but it's behind the scenes and doesn't get a lot of credit.
Ed was a powder keg of ideas. All it took was someone lighting the fuse every day. The Alabama Gulf Coast, Baldwin County, and the entire region are grateful Ed chose to cross paths with us. He propelled us to reach the unreachable star. The words of the song of One Moment in Time by Whitney Houston, I think, describes our time together. Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm only one, but not alone. My finest day is yet unknown. Ed was our moment in time. He made us better than we ever thought we could be.
You know, Ed, we used to joke that Ed ate, drank, and slept the chamber. And one day, Jennifer Blanchard, Scott Schamberger, and I decided to look online to buy Ed a pair of footy pajamas that had the chamber logo on it. We wanted a little logo all over, and we wanted hooded and footy pajamas. And we looked all over, and of course size was going to be an issue. But then we realized our biggest fear was he'd probably wear them. So we decided not to go with that. But Ed ate, drank, and slept the chamber, and was a dear friend that I'll love forever, and he's missed dearly.
Gonna miss him. We're really gonna miss him. All of us are. The whole area is gonna miss him. He was quite a guy.
Ed's presence and his involvement in the city of Orange Beach was immediate. He came to city council meetings. He was throughout the community on a regular basis, about on a weekly basis. The businesses all appreciated everything Ed brought to the table. He was passionate. He had a desire for the job he did and to help people better than anybody I've ever known. And so the city is very appreciative. We are a better city today because of the years that Ed Rodriguez was here on the Alabama Gulf Coast.
Over the past 6 years, Ed Rodriguez has had a tremendous positive influence on the business community of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach and Fort Morgan, coastal Alabama as we call it. He brought great knowledge, had tremendous success in increasing, improving the engagement of members within the chamber. #1 chamber of the year nationally. What better job can you do?
I got 30 seconds. I'm not going to take 30 seconds. I'm just going to say, wow. So proud that our chairman of the board is here with us. Vince, let's see that. Our membership, let's see that, Gary. Nick Skilling's our membership director. And y'all, come to the beach.